Joining us now, Jeremy Rosenthal, attorney, taking a look at some of the legal stories making headlines today. Hey, welcome in, Jeremy. Glad to have you back.
Thanks, JT. How are you?
Doing well. So, Mayor Adams in New York City, boy, he's going through it right now. At first, he's a big sanctuary city. I'm all about it, Joe Biden. Come on, bring him in. Love these illegals. The next thing you know, oh my gosh, I've got too many. I'm pushing back. And they say, you can't push back. We'll indict you. Okay, well, I guess I'm under indictment. And now, changing of the guard in the White House, the DOJ is moving to dismiss federal charges against him there. And the governor of New York is looking to maybe fire him as early as today. This guy's just, in some pretty hot water right now. So what's the latest on the DOJ's move here?
This is really explosive. In fact, they have a hearing this afternoon on this. So the Department of Justice wants to dismiss these charges against Eric Adams for now. And they've made it clear they will dismiss these so long as his view towards the administration and their immigration policy does not change. And this triggered a firestorm in the Department of Justice, a whole host of resignations. And today, there's a concept. So just to kind of take a step back, when you dismiss a case, you can do it one of two ways. You can just give a dismissal and just say we're walking away from the case, or you can do what's called a dismissal with prejudice. Prejudice means this is done, we can never come back. When we dismiss a case without prejudice, it kind of leaves us the ability to come back at you later. And the Justice Department here has made it clear that they're not letting Eric Adams go, at least not for good. He appeared on TV with Tom Homan, Eric Adams did, and they've had a ton of pushback. Like I said, they had a fiery letter from an assistant, or from actually the acting director of the New York, the Manhattan Southern District. The woman who wrote Justice Scalia's opinions for him, who wanted to work for Donald Trump, said, I'm not doing this. I'm not dismissing this so we can hold it over his head. And I think the judge's opinion is going to be, look, if Eric Adams never should have been indicted because Biden was going after him and targeting him politically, then just dismiss it with prejudice. Let's be done with him. Let this man go. Why are we dangling this carrot in front of him so long as he plays ball? That's the crazy part about this story.
Yeah, I get that, they've got a list of charges against him, including bribery, soliciting campaign contributions from foreign nationals, wire fraud, and conspiracy. I mean, I'm under the belief that they came after him because he pushed back on the Biden policies and the big picture of things here. I think a lot of people are. But with these specific charges here, is there any meat here? Is there any teeth? Is this possibly guilty here of any of this?
The federal prosecutors who work the case seem to think so. They've all quit, most of them, over this. So they certainly think so. Now, just because a prosecutor thinks you're guilty doesn't make you guilty. We all know that. But I think the judge's point today is going to be, okay, Justice Department, you say that Eric Adams never should have been indicted because he disagreed with Joe Biden. Let's go with that. Why are we still holding on to the case? Why are you guys not just going to dismiss this outright? Are you guys trying to muscle this guy into doing what you want later on? Or are you guys just, if you think this is an injustice, then let it go? What do you guys want to do? But yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the other side of the coin on this thing. And the governor, Kathy Hochul, word is that she may end up firing him today anyway. Obviously a Democrat there, and is she part of the political push to, bring this guy down, or what's going on with her reasoning for wanting to fire him?
I don't know. In New York State, I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, the governor can remove a mayor. I guess I didn't know that was a thing. Maybe it is in New York. But yeah, she's come out and saying that she wants to do this. Eric Adams is clearly compromised either way. He's up for election in November. So the cleanest thing maybe just to if the voters want to axe the guy, axe him, right? If you guys don't like what he's done, but he's clearly compromised in one way or the other. Either owes a debt of gratitude towards the Trump administration, or is scared that he's going to get prosecuted by them, or on the other hand, he's guilty of bribery. Either way, I don't know that you want your elected officials to do that. But I think, to me, this is again, and this is more of a political opinion than a legal opinion. To me, that's what the voters are for. They're the ones who ultimately ought to decide this. But look, this is Eric Adams. Probably what's going to happen here is this is probably his lucky day, because probably the judge, in my view, the judge has a few options. The judge can accept the dismissal and say, okay, I'm going to do what you want, Department of Justice. In fact, the law requires the judge to favor that. But the judge doesn't have to do that if the judge thinks there's an overriding interest here. The judge can say, okay, well, actually, I'm going to make you prosecute him, which, okay, what's right? Or the judge can say, I'm going to accept the motion to dismiss, but I am going to attach jeopardy to this and prejudice. Eric Adams, you are a free man. You can never be prosecuted again. I think that's what happens.
Jeremy, yeah, I was going to say, as a lawyer, where do you think this ends? Does he escape all this?
I think it's his lucky day. Yeah, I think being caught in the crossfires between the Department of Justice and New York State, I think he's gonna be pretty happy with how this all turns out. Now, whether he's the mayor of New York a year from now, that's doubtful, but we'll see.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. I appreciate your insight this morning, Jeremy Rosenthal.